guests. Okay. I guess I gotta wait. Hosts. Co-hosts. Here we go. Keely. Offline. Okay. I gotta wait till she's online. Okay. I can do that. I don't know why it says offline because it did that before. Okay. Hey ladies. I actually have a guest joining me, so I was just trying to invite her, but we're gonna come to you and talk to you about basically how to stop attracting the toxic people in your world. Oh, who has a story about a toxic person in your life, whether that be at work or relationships, family members. We've all got at least one. And if you don't know how to, handle these types of people, they can wreak havoc on your life, right? Like they can just be so impossible to deal with, and they're energy suckers. So Keely and I are here every Tuesday at noon Eastern Standard Time. And every week we're going to have a topic around this. So if you don't know me, my name is Denise Kavaliskis, and I am a narcissistic abuse recovery coach. And that is my mission, is to help all women and men who've been in toxic relationships, not only to heal from that, but to create a life that you absolutely love. That's the name of my business, Life After Narcissism. And Keely is a dating and relationship coach. So I'll let her introduce herself once she gets on here. But together we want to bring to you this, I guess you could call it like a mini mastermind weekly class, where we're sharing with you how to basically overall create the life that you absolutely love to live, right? Because that's the goal. That's the goal, what she does for her clients. That's the goal that I do for my clients. This is the goal for us here with you, is to show you how to create a life that you absolutely love living in. And regardless of what you've been through, like my motto is, thanks for likes. My motto is, because I've been through it for 22 years and came out of it and live a completely different life, so can you. And so what I say to people is like, even if you've been in toxic relationships your entire life, even if you've been married 2-3 times to the same type of energy or person, even if you've had nothing but horrible, crappy, shitty relationships your entire life, you can still do this. You 1000% can still do this. Thank you for the likes. Thank you. That reaches more people. That's what we want, is to reach more people. So that's why we're coming on here every Tuesday and sharing this information with you, to show you that, because Keely's been through them too. She's a lot younger than me. She could probably be my kid, like the age of my kid. And she's been through it. So she talks about, from her perspective, being in her 30s and dating this type of man over and over, right? This type of energy in a man over and over again, and how she came out of it and now lives an amazing life. She's a nomad living in Mexico, living her best life. So from her version of what that looks like, right? I live a different life, equally as free and amazing. It's just two different lives, right? And so that's what we want to share with you every week, popping on here, TikTok lives, and showing you, or giving you tips and tools, and also resources to continue this path. If you're new to this path, if you're new to, like, maybe, I know 2020, the whole pandemic, being stuck in the house, a lot of talk was domestic violence relationships, and domestic abuse had heightened, according to the statistics that they said 4 years ago. I would just imagine that here we are 4 years, you've, not you specifically, but you specifically, and you who are listening, have either been through it now or going through it now. Because I know for me, I thought about divorce for a long time. Long time before I actually did it. So it's a process. It's a journey. So, all right, let me check. Thank you. Where is Keely? I messaged her this morning. Thank you, Beth. You're amazing. I must be, I just went to go look for my phone. The hair is blonde for a reason, you guys. That's because I do things like that. Or I'll do this. Where's my glasses? So, anyway, blonde jokes. I love blonde jokes. Let me just check real quick with, let me go on my Facebook. All right, my mouse is being weird. Let me just check and see if she has messaged me. She's in Mexico. It's an hour behind Eastern Standard Time. So, okay, first I gotta do this, get on my page, go to my personal page. Here we go. And I'm just checking. If you guys have any questions about this topic, please ask away. I love, sharing with you, helping you out. I'm just messaging her. Okay, let me see. All right, so yeah, if you have any questions, let me know. If you have any comments, if maybe you have a story you want to share, because remember, you and your story, whether you share it on a very around you level, meaning your close friends, family, or whatever, or you write a book and get on stage and do the things that I do and many other people like myself do, right? Like really spread the message of like, you can do this too. Equally as important, whether you're having a conversation with somebody in Starbucks, I say this all the time because I really want you to understand the power of your energy and how powerful you are and how powerful your story is. So even if it's a conversation in Starbucks that you have with somebody and you share like, hey, I've been through this and now I'm on the other side of this, and it connects. That is a heart-filled, thank you, Beth. That is a heart-filled conversation that you never know who needs to hear that. Maybe they've been through it and they're not quite on the other side. Maybe they're going through it and they really needed that inspiration, your energy to hear like, hey, there is hope. Or maybe they're just thinking about it. Maybe they're thinking about, I got to do this. I can't live my life like this. I remember being in my 30s and thinking, like, it's not getting better. It's getting worse, right? Talking about the relationship with my ex-husband. And like, is this how it's supposed to be? I remember thinking like, is this how marriage and love and my life is supposed to be? Because if it is, it's pretty disappointing, right? Like, I shouldn't be crying more than laughing. I shouldn't be constantly fighting to let's, get along. Let's create, because we had, yeah, exactly, Beth. It's like, it shouldn't be like this. Yeah, that was my 30s. I didn't leave my ex-husband, the father of my two children, till I was 42. 41 the first time, 42 the second time. Thank you for likes. I so appreciate that. The more you like, the more it gets out there to reach more people, right? I want like 300, 3,000. You count, of course. I love you. Thank you so much. And wouldn't it be great if this message could be spread throughout the world of like, you can do this too? So yeah, it was my 30s that I was like, what am I doing? What's happening? Like, this sucks. I had two beautiful children that I love and adore so much. They're now 29 and 30. And from the surface, it looked like we had like the life, right? We lived in nice houses. My kids went to private school. I drove nice cars. This is where I talk about like narcissistic abusive relationships come in all different demographics and all different forms. Thank you for the likes. Thank you, Digital Diva. And it's not one specific type of person that are in these types of relationships. It's all types of people. I generally talk to the women, but men too, right? Yeah, thank you, Beth. Thank you, Digital Diva. Thank you for all the likes. Yes, yes, yes. Let's spread this message. Yes. And one of my videos that went viral was I shared about what's the difference between domestic abuse and narcissistic abuse, right? And in that video, I shared like examples of what happens in a narcissistic abusive relationship versus what happens in a domestic violence relationship and how your body reacts to each of those scenarios, right? It's the same. It's the same. But I know for me, domestic abuse and domestic violence relationships looked like, to me, was the poor girl. Yes, it's the same. The poor girl in the poster in the public bathroom with mascara dripping down her face as she's curled up in a fetal position crying. And it gives you the impression that she doesn't have support, she doesn't have money, she doesn't have support as far what I mean is like a family support, you know, rallying around her to be like, okay, you know, because she comes from a dysfunctional family. And so I know for me, years and years and years, I was like, oh, I'm not that woman. That's not me. I have a family, I have support, I have this, I have that. But guess what? That wasn't true. That is one image that society has put in our heads to think that that is the only type of person, woman, in a domestic violence relationship. False. I've had clients who are therapists, doctors, doctors' wives, lawyers, judges, pharmaceutical, you know, reps or clinician pharmacists, you know, like six-figure, what I'm saying is six-figure types of positions that live in beautiful homes, drive beautiful cars. And so from the outside, this is what I'm getting to, right? From the outside, they look like they got their shit put together. They look like their life is happy. Same as me. We lived in a beautiful 4-bedroom, 2-bath pool home on a cul-de-sac street in suburbia, USA. Vacationed all over Florida because that's where we lived all the time. We're always on vacation, whether it was a weekend or a week or whatever, always. And so from the outside, it looked like I lived this beautiful, glamorous, not glamorous, I don't say glamorous. I'm not gonna overdo it, not gonna be dramatic. But it looked like I had a great life, right? And the pictures of us and tagging us in Delray Beach and Boca Raton and these nice restaurants, fake, very fake from one perspective. I say it's fake for me because I knew when I posted that stuff and I knew when I put on this act, I knew it wasn't true, but I didn't want anybody to know because there's such shame and guilt around abusive relationships. There's such shame and guilt around divorcing. There's such shame and guilt of, oh, you didn't make it work. You couldn't make it work. You're a failure. And so I felt like a failure, right? I felt like a failure. I felt like I failed at this. Like, how hard is it to get married and have kids? And I failed, right? And so that kept me in the relationship for longer, for years. And that created more trauma, more drama inside the relationship for myself, for my kids, like for all of us. So I worked through that. I worked through all of that trauma and drama. I worked through that guilt and that shame that I had for so, so long. And you can too. So, I'm just getting Boxer message. So I want to share with you today how you can stop this, right? How you can stop attracting toxic people into your life. I don't know where Keely is. We'll just wait. Hopefully she'll come on. But in the meantime, I want to give this to you, right? How do you stop attracting these toxic people? So I could give you the short answer. Hey, Ella, haven't seen you in a while. Thanks for joining. I haven't, there's a process to this, right? So disclaimer, it doesn't happen overnight and it doesn't have to take years, right? So my journey in stopping to attract toxic people into my life was, the start of it was leaving my ex-husband and literally just cutting everything. So when I left, we were still married. The divorce happened here. And the divorce happened 2 years after, like final, 2 years after I left the second time. Because remember, I left the first time. If you don't know my story, I'm just going to give you some bullet points. I left the first time in 2011, manifested $10,000 to leave, but I did leave with nothing but a futon couch and an air mattress, right? Came here to North Carolina, and I was here for about 3 months total when I went back to Florida, because the hoovering, narcissists love to hoover, you know, they come back around. The hoovering is like, think of a helicopter just circling around the accident scene, right? That's hoovering. The narcissist comes back around, and he or she is like, hey, remember the good times? Remember how much you loved me? Empty promises, absolutely, Beth. Empty promises. And so what my ex did was he went through our daughter first, because they know that we'll do anything for the kids, right? So long story short, went back for 8 months total, and then started all over again and came back here to North Carolina in 2012. All right. So 2 years after 2012 was when the divorce was final. Okay. And in that 2 years, I was making a lot of excuses because divorce, again, there's so much shame and guilt around divorce that I couldn't face it at that time. Right. So finally, after 2 years, I did it. And I still kept my last name. Still kept my last name, which is a form of holding on, right? Let go, let go, let go. Okay, but not all of it. I'm just going to hold on to the last name because it's the same last name as my kids. And I don't want it to look like I'm not related to my kids and I'm not their mom, which is an identity, right? Which is an identity that I'm not their mom if I have my maiden name. These are the unconscious thoughts that run through your mind, right? They're sneaky. They're freaking sneaky. So that was the beginning of how I stopped attracting toxic people. I left. Got the fuck out of there. And when I got out, came here to North Carolina, here's a funny story. I thought, okay, great, it's over. I'll just, I'm coming out of a 22-year abuse. Now, remember, I didn't know this at the time. I'm just giving you this perspective from who I am now. I'll just get out of this 22-year toxic, narcissistic, abusive relationship, and I'll just go on the dating apps, and I'll start to date. Yeah. How'd that work out for you, Denise? Well, let me tell you. What happened was I kept attracting mainly one type of guy, but two types of guys. And the mainly one was just a different version of my ex-husband. Same energy. Cheater, liar, narcissistic ways, blah, 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 blah. All the things. And then the one not so much was the nice guy. And so for the nice guy, I was like, turned off. I'm like, he's too nice. He opens doors for me. Don't like that. And then for the what I call the douchebags, are the ones that I gravitated towards. Why? Because I hadn't changed. I came out of a 22-year toxic relationship and did no healing. except for the fact that I left physically. I see this a lot in women. Women come to me and they divorced the abuser physically, but they haven't divorced him or her energetically. Big difference. Big difference. So that's what I did. I physically left him, but not energetically. I was still tied to him. I was still attracting versions of him in different bodies. Here in North Carolina, 3 states away. Hey, Dawn. Thanks for joining. Today we're talking about how to stop attracting the toxic people in your life. So that's what I did. And then I kept noticing, like these little nudges would come to me. Like, Denise, this is familiar. This is familiar. This is not different. And when it was different, like when I did attract the nice guys, when it was different, it was so, to me, so foreign. It was like, it's like icky. Like, oh, I can't. So what was happening then was I was still very, very wounded, emotionally wounded. I had my childhood wounds. On top of the childhood wounds, I had the 22 years that I was in this toxic relationship. And so who was I being? I was still being the old version of me. I wasn't the new version of me yet. And what it takes for you to stop attracting the toxic people in your life is this. You've got to become someone who does not attract toxic people in your life anymore. You've got to become the new you. You've got to become the new version of you. You've got to let go of the old version of you. This is where it gets sticky. Okay? Because the old version of us likes to hang on for dear life. Just wants to, stay. And unless you do the work that it takes, this repeated pattern will keep happening and happening and happening. So you see let me see. I feel like we need some teaching because Keely's not here. So how about I teach? But I don't want to show you. I want to do it where I can not be standing up because I have pajama pants on. I only did the top half. So I don't want to show you my pajama pants. So how can we do this? Oh gosh, sometimes I crack myself up. I really want you to get this. All right, let me try something. Let me try this. Because here's my board. I want to share this with you. Let's see. Ooh, I think we might be able to do this, you guys. Okay. Can you see it? All right, baby. Ooh, I love it. All right, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to share with you. I'm very visual. This is why I love doing visual stuff. I'm glad I crack you up. Okay. Yeah, clearly, right? I'm hoping that you're visual too and that this will help you. All right? Okay, great. Awesome. So I'm going to start off with where you can see it. All right. Ooh, it's like I did this before. See that triangle? All right. So what I'm about to share with you is the 3 main ways that we show up energetically, because that's equally as important as the physical part of us. Disassociating with these narcissistic people. All right. So what I'm going to share with you, because the physical part, that's a lot of people do that. It's this part that they either don't know to do or they lack in doing it. All right. And so this is what I teach my clients. If you've coached with me or you're coaching with me or you even just follow me, this is the work that I do. So before I share this with you, just so you know that the work that I do with my clients comes from 2 people, Dr. David Hawkins, and I believe he's a psychotherapist. He's written a lot of books on narcissism. He was definitely a doctor because he talks about his clients. And then Crystal Andrus Morissette is also the other person that I've learned this process through. It is psychology, technically, and I'm not a psychologist, but this is what I do. Okay, so I'm gonna color code this, and you're gonna know why in a minute. So can you see that red? So there's red on the bottom. Okay, and I'm gonna share with you like the reason why these are color coded the way they are. And then the middle piece of the triangle is yellow. Can you see that yellow? Hopefully you can see it. I'll just go all the way to the top so you can get it. Okay. And then the last part, the top, is green. All right. And then I just want to get it to where you can see. Okay, perfect. I think you could see that. All right. So here's the thing. When women come to me, because mainly that's who comes to me is women. When women come to me, they come to me what I call mother energy. Let me see. Can you see this here? Mother energy. And what mother energy is, she loves too much, she gives too much, she does too much for everybody else, and she puts herself on the back burner. Can you relate to that? Let me know in the chat, like a yes, I can relate, or a thumbs up that you can relate to this, okay? She gives this is the key word, too much, T-O-O. She gives, she does, she loves. Too much. Yes. Okay, perfect. How did I know that? Because I do. Because I was that person. And that's what who my clients are. They come to me mother energy. Now, it's not bad or wrong or right or good that you're in this energy. It just is. Okay? It just is. Right? Yeah, that's exactly it. Is that Missy? Is that you, Missy? The dog, or DG 415 1510. All right. So mother energy, she gives too much, she loves too much, she does too much for everybody else, and she puts herself on the back burner. Okay? Yes, we are. Exactly. So the other part, so here's the triangle, and the triangle represents like the energy scale, okay? Or the emotional scale, okay? And so when we have mother energy over here and we go right across, because remember, like energy attracts like energy. Like energy attracts like energy. So when we go to the other side, guess what we have over here? So if you, I asked if you're Missy. I'm wondering if you're Missy. That's what I asked. For the DG 40 or 1510. I'm just wondering if you're Missy. If your name is Missy. No. Okay, Donna. Okay. Because I have a client, or she was a client, and it's a similar one. Okay, great, Donna. All right, so mother energy, and so we know like energy attracts like energy. So guess what you have on the other side? If you have mother energy over here, guess what you have on the other side? Can you guess? What do you think it is? If you have mother energy over here, and like energy attracts like energy, what goes with a mother? What goes with the mother? Child energy, right? And the child energy, when we look at the child energy and we look at the narcissistic behavior of a narcissist or a person showing up narcissistically, would you agree that they're the same? Right? So with the child energy, we have what? We have the drama. We have the victim. Oh, yeah. We have the drama. We have the victim. Right? Is this making sense? Right? And the narcissistic personality does fall under the child energy. Okay, those are just a couple of 3 examples. There's 12 of them. Okay? So, yeah, I hear that a lot. Oh my God, his friends asked, how does your wife like having 3 kids? I only had 2 in him. Yeah, yeah. And it's like jokes. It's right. Oh, my husband's my 3rd child. It's not funny because this is what's happening, right? So you have the child energy. So now let's get to the colors. All right, I'm going to get to here, but I want to take this one step at a time for you. Okay, so let's get to the colors. The reason why these are colored in red, yellow, green, think of a traffic light. You have a red light, you have a yellow light, you have a green light. When we're down here at the bottom, thank you for the likes, that helps us reach more people. Thank you, Beth. When we're in the red, which means we're in the mother energy, in the child energy, in the mother energy, attracting the child energy, or we're in the child energy, attracting the mother energy. When we're in the red, these are what are the lower levels of consciousness. Okay? And what you have in the red is this. You have fear. These are emotions / energies, right? Guilt, shame. Those are the 3 main ones that women come to me. Those are the 3. There's others. Those are the 3 main ones. And then let me ask you this. When you're actually at a red light, when you're at a traffic light and the light is red and it's not changing, what do you say? What do you say to yourself? Or if you're on the phone with someone, you say, I'm stuck. I'm stuck at a red light. When we're in this lower levels, when we're in the mother energy and the child energy, I know I did the opposite. We feel stuck. This is what women tell me. I feel stuck in life. Don't know where to go. I don't know what to do. I'm stuck. I feel stuck. It's a shitty feeling because you're in the fear, you're in the guilt, you're in the shame, and the other lower levels of consciousness. This is why you feel stuck. All right. And so the green, what is the green when you're at a yellow light, right? Well, Donna, if you're still in this space, I invite you to contact me because I would love to give you some resources. If you go to my bio and you click the link, there's resources there, but you can contact me with the coaching application or you can email me. I would love to. Oh, you're so welcome. Okay, so at a yellow light, what's happening when you're at a yellow light? You're going, right? You're not going fast. You're not stopped, but you're going, right? So I call this part is the getting by. Getting by when you're in the yellow, okay? So you're not here and you're not here because here's the goal. Green is the goal, but at least you're not here because this sucks being down here. So you're in the getting by, all right? And so the getting by consists of courage, willingness, right? Hey, I'm willing, I'm courageous enough to see myself. I'm willing to get the help that I need, right? Reasoning, you think when you're up here, you think to yourself, like, everything happens for a reason. So why was I in a toxic relationship for over 20 years? What's the reason for that? You're in the reasoning, right? And these are just a few. I'm just giving you a few examples, right? Because this gets deep. This is super deep. So you're in a higher level of consciousness when you're here, right? Because you've risen. This is where I take my clients very, very fast. You've risen out of the red into the yellow. You've risen out of the stuckness, out of the fear, out of the guilt, out of the shame, into the courageous side of you, the willingness part of you, the reasoning part of you, right? And you're going, you're getting by, you're going, right? You're not quite to the goal, but you feel a lot better here, okay? And then I'm going to get to all of your questions that I see coming in, I promise. And then here's the goal, all right? The goal, ooh, yeah, is to have your life in a position where you go, go, go. Green light, all the way, baby, right? Pedal to the metal, right? Full throttle, you're going. your life is exciting. You're manifesting deliberately, right? You're manifesting your life by design. You're creating your life by design instead of default. You're in the fucking knowing right here. This is so powerful. Now, are you wondering what's in the green as far as like energies and emotions? I'm going to tell you. I'm going to put them in pink because pink is the international color of love. Ooh, love. Love. Yeah, all the way, baby. Yes, yes. That's oh, so juicy. Love. Peace. Ooh, who wants peace? Peace in your life. When you stop attracting the toxic people in your life, babes, you have peace in your life. You have love and you have joy. Joy, pure joy. So those are the three when you reach this level of consciousness. Now the only one above these three is enlightenment. And then enlightenment is what Jesus got to. And Buddha and Krishna and other great masters like that, they got to enlightenment. You can get to enlightenment. They say we can't, but you can. Anybody can. Because what's the difference between you as a person at this level and another person who's at this level? What's the difference between the two people? Enlightenment, what's the difference between person enlightenment like Jesus and somebody who's at the lower levels? The only difference is that you're at kindergarten and enlightenment is graduation. But everybody who's in kindergarten goes to the next grade and eventually graduates if they choose. If they choose. Everything in your life is a choice. What do you choose now? Choice. Oh, baby. Does that make sense? And does that help? I know now it looks like a lot of scribbling, but if you've been following along, you get it. All right, let me read what you guys are saying. I'm gonna have to put my glasses on, especially it's so close. Ooh. And we can go back to the board if you want me to. I love giving you like the visuals. I know it helps me a lot, so I can imagine it helps you a lot. Okay, so let me see. Bless you. I'm totally stuck. Donna, contact me. What are the 12? Can you make a video about that? Thank you. Yeah, so that was Emerald. So the 12, it's really deep, the 12. So I mean, TikTok is what, 1 minute? This is what I teach my clients, the 12. With my private clients and my group. I have a group starting tonight. It's called Life After Narcissism. If you want the information, go to my bio. We're gonna, like, this, I've revamped it. So I basically had this group going before a couple years ago, and I stopped it and I revamped it. And the revamping comes from the growth in me. I've grown so much and I'm growing so fast, right? And so I wanted to teach you in a different way. And basically what I want to teach you in this group is how to collapse time between the old version of you now to the new version of you, right? Take you from the red to the green fast, really fast. This is the growth that I've had in the past couple of years. So I've revamped it. So basically what that looks like, and we can discuss this, just get in touch with me, but we start tonight. Basically what it looks like is we're going to meet three times a month for these calls. Every call I end with a calming your nervous system meditation, a live meditation that I do with you. And what I'm going to show you is how to let go of the old version of you who was abused, right? Because any way you slice it, the old version of you that was in abusive relationships was being abused. And so there's a level of you. There's a level of you. See that? a level of you. This is victim and abuse level right here. Let me just say that. I'll put it in purple. Narcissistic abuse is, you saw my pajamas. You only saw a little bit. Okay, this is the victim abuser level of consciousness. I say no to that. I say, get me out of that. I say, show me. So what I'm showing you in the group is how to release yourself from the lower level of consciousness into the higher level of consciousness. Okay? So that's just a little plug. You can join us tonight. We meet 3 Tuesdays a month. I'm really over delivering in this because I feel so called to share this with you. And I love doing group. It's my favorite. I love private coaching, love my private clients, and I love group. Because with group, here's my motto with group. You not only get the support of me, but you get the support of the women who are in there, who are just like you. So you're just like me, and I'm just like you. We're just at 2 different levels of life right now, right? You may be still in the red where I'm in the green, and that's okay, right? Because that's why I'm here to show you how to get to the green quickly, not a lot of years, right? You've already had a lot of years being in the red. So this is my passion, is to show you how to quickly get to the green, right? So that's what the group is all about. So the first Tuesday of the month, what we're going to do is it's what I call dancing with your future. There's many ways names that people call it. My coach calls it future casting, right? Like you're casting and you're bringing the future into you, future casting. Kyle Cease, if you know who Kyle Cease is, he's a big one in the growth world. He calls it Callegro. All right. And it's basically it's 2 people. So me and you, or you and somebody else, or me and somebody else. And the first person starts, and the first person, so as an example, from my future version, I'll share with you how my life is going now as the future version of me. So if you're like still in the relationship, then you would want to talk about how you got the divorce and you got everything that you were asking for, and now you have the house that you were trying to manifest, and you have this whole life that you were just thinking about, and now it's a reality for you. And so you share that information with the other person on our calls, and you share it from a place of it's already happened. Ugh, so juicy. There's so much to that. There's a science to that. But anyway, that's what the first call of the month is going to be, where you're practicing, where you're role playing, where you're being this version of you who is at the green already. You don't talk anything about the yellow and the red. You only talk about how you're in the green, and how you have so much joy in your life, and how you have so much love in your life, and how you have so much peace in your life now. Like you're calm, your anxiety is gone, you're off of medications, like you're just naturally feeling this high off of life. Right? Nothing needed, just you. And then the second call of the month, I'm going to teach you the laws of the universe. Because if you can master the laws of the universe, my love, you will live literally a dream life. If I describe to you how my life used to be daily and how my life is now daily, you would be like, whoa. When I talk about traumas, my book is right there, Empower the Woman Within, Stepping into Total Freedom. I describe in that book how horrible my life used to be, and how I cried myself to sleep every night, and how my children were going through traumas and dramas, and I was too, but as a parent, I felt so fucking guilty that my kids were seeing this and going through this. My heart broke. I could cry, right? But I won't. I'm just going to tear up a little bit. Because it brings me such joy to show you how to get to the green, how to go from the bottom levels of consciousness to the green. Okay? It brings me such joy to show you. in a very short amount of time and how you can change your life. So if I was to describe to you the way my life used to be compared to the way my life is now, you would be like, whoa, Denise, that's some, you went from some heavy shit to some really awesome shit. And that's my passion, is to show you that. So I teach the 12, getting back to that comment of the 12, I teach the 12 with my clients. Yeah. Tears heal. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Donna. That's such a great compliment. I appreciate you. Oh, no, don't give up. 64 years old. My oldest client was, because she's not my client anymore, 82. Don't ever give up on yourself. Don't ever give up on joy. Yeah. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. You are so appreciated. All of you. Thank you, Donna. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. So if you, good. I'm glad that you get what I'm saying. I really want you to get what I'm saying, because I know that it resonates with a lot of us. If you've been in these types of relationships, it 100%, what I share resonates and lands for the people who are open enough to receive that, right? It's all about how open are you? Not just you specifically, but you generally. Like, how open are you to receive this information and to learn from somebody who's on the other side of it, not somebody who's learned the theory of it, who's walked it and now can talk it, because I'm on the other side of it. So I'm dressed in black today because on our first call, I do what I call a death ceremony with my clients. And the death ceremony is basically because the whole theme of what's going to be shown in this Life After Narcissism membership is letting go of the old version of you, stepping into the new version of you. Letting go of the old version of you, stepping into the new version of you. Letting go of the old version of you, stepping into the new version of you. Right? Coming out of these lower levels of consciousness where you fear, guilt, all the lower levels, and get into the love and the joy and the peace. So the reason why I'm dressed in black is we do this death ceremony. And the death ceremony is, I always do it on the first call. And basically, awesome. The death ceremony is, I always do it on the first call. And basically, awesome. You empower the woman within. That's the title. Empower the woman within, stepping into total freedom. You're welcome. So the death ceremony is basically where I walk you through a process to let go of the old version of you and to step into the new version of you, right? And I do this on the first call because it sets the tone for all of the other calls. This year, I'm not launching any courses. This is the only membership. It's a 2-tier membership. This is the only thing that I'm focusing on for, coaching and mentoring my clients. Life After Narcissism membership. And so that's why I'm in black, because I'm starting off tonight's call with the death ceremony. It's so powerful, this ceremony, because what I walk you through is to really identify who is the new version of you. Who is she? What does she want? How does she want to feel in life? When she wakes up in the morning, what is she thinking? What does she feel? When she goes to sleep at night, what is she thinking? What does she feel? Right? And to really identify who that version of you is. Because so often we focus on the past version of us and we say things like, I don't want to do this, or I don't want to be like that, or I've talked to so many women, I'm like, what do you want? And they literally, they say, I don't know what I want. Or they'll ramble on all the things that they don't want. And I'm like, wait, the question is, what do you want? See, because the ego, this is how powerful you are. The ego wants to hold on to the past because it's familiar. It's the past. We know it. Unfortunately, we get comfortable in our dysfunction. So the ego is always going back to the past. And what I'm doing is I'm taking you out of your ego state of being, i.e. the red, and showing you how to rise up into the yellow. And then the green. So the death ceremony does that, where we're identifying her. So in order to identify who the new version of you is, thank you, Donna. That's because I've had coaching. I've been a client of coaches since 2014, 10 years now. But that's a lot. I've done a lot of work on myself. A lot of work. Thank you. That's a huge compliment. I appreciate that. So you've got to get crystal clear on who is that new version of you. Who is she, right? And the more that you identify who she is, the more you've let go. See, this is how the mind works too. You've let go of the old version of you. Why? Because the key point to this is you're focused. Because what you focus on expands. Whatever energy you focus on expands. So when you keep focusing on the crap that has happened to you in the past, it expands and you're more and more into the red. When you focus on who is that new version of you living the life of your dreams, it expands. These are the laws of the universe. You cannot argue with God. This is just how it is. This is what I share with my clients. So the death ceremony, the reason why I'm in black, the death ceremony is to let go with ease and love. Let go of the old version of you. You don't want to hate the old version of you. You don't want to be mad at the old version of you. You don't want to hate the old version of you. You don't want to be mad at the old version of you. You don't want to, have this animosity towards the old version of you. Because sister, the old version of you is just an identification of the many, many, many ways that you can show up in life. And also, the law of polarity says what? What is here, what exists here, exists here. The law of polarity says what exists here exists in the opposite. So if you've been in this shit your entire life, guess what's available to you? That. And I'm living proof of that. And my clients are living proof of that. And you can be living proof of that. I put it on Facebook today. I was like, we start today. Client testimonies coming through, coming soon. Because literally, and this isn't to brag. This is just, I'm super proud of my clients. So maybe there's a little bit of bragging here, but mainly just to share with you, like I get testimonies daily from my clients and women, because they're not all my clients, right? I get women who message me, or my former clients. They're not my clients anymore. Like the one I got today from a former client. And thank you. And I share those testimonies because I want to show women and here's the thing, when you're ready, because you got to be ready for this. This level of mentorship that I'm sharing with my clients in this Life After Narcissism membership is high level with a low cost. High level with a low cost. Why? Because this is what I'm here. I was created for this. This is what I'm here to do. God sent me here to do this. So all those years of me being in torment and feeling lost in life and crying my eyes out, my eyes were swollen and going through so much trauma and thinking to myself, feeling low and dense and heavy and dark and just thinking is this my fucking life? Because it sucks. I don't like it. There's Kaylee. Girl, I think we got our times mixed up. To living on the other side of that, being in the green. That is what is available to you too. All right, I'm going to invite Keely. Girls, you get special. I just want to make sure I get all of you. Donna, thank you so much. Oh, Donna, if you are going through a divorce, that is my specialty, girl. My clients win at divorcing a narcissist. Have you seen my TikTok videos? All right, I'm inviting Keely in. Oh, I would love to help you. Love. All of my clients have won at divorcing a narcissist. All of them. All of them. No, first time here? Okay, contact me. Contact me. Because I do offer a 30-minute no cost, no obligation call. Oh, an invitation was sent. No cost. You got nothing to lose. Get on a call with me and I'll show you how you can, you got till April. You're golden. Golden. Now my mantra is going to be a one and done divorce, because my client who came to me at the end of October, she came to me before I had, or before she had told her husband, served her husband, hired the attorney, like all the things, like she was just thinking about it. And this is going to be my new mantra, one and done divorce, because she put down the retainer fee and he was served, and it's been, I think, 20 days now, and he's not fighting her at all. He still wants to be married. He's still, all things, but he is not showing up in any way that she thought he was going to show up, meaning he's not being mean, he's not being vindictive, he's not being manipulative. Why is she having different results? Because she came to me here and I showed her how to get here before she hired the attorney, before she had him served. And so now her divorce is like, I've had clients say this before, I had a smooth divorce. Smooth and divorce from a narcissist in one sentence? Mind blowing. He doesn't want to give you 50%, not a cent. Poor guy. He's in for it, huh? Sorry, not sorry. This gives me joy. This gives me such joy to show women how to divorce right, to divorce successfully, to come out of the divorce winning, to hear stories like that, and then choosing, you're in public housing, girl. My testimony that came through, my divorce testimony that came through, December, it was like right around Christmas time. When she came to me, she was like, I just really want what I got in. I put $150,000 in, and like I want like 250 come out of the divorce. And I was like, why don't we just round it off to 300? It's just a number. She was like, okay. The testimony was she got that settlement plus like 4 pluses on top of that, money-wise, that he gave her money. I've had clients who the soon-to-be ex was threatening and saying, I'm taking your retirement, I'm taking our vacation, I'm taking, vacation property, I'm taking this, blah, blah, blah. Bleep, 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 bleep. They work with me and they walk out of mediation or whatever, getting more than what they were asking for. Because a lot of women come into this, I just want what's right. I just want what's fair. Which is fine. There's nothing wrong with you asking that. It's totally fine. But what if you could come out of the divorce getting more than what you were asking for, or more than what you were expecting, or more than what you even thought was freaking possible? You know how I do that? You know how my clients do that? They go from here to here. That's it. There's no secret sauce. There's nothing crazy or like out of this world that happens. I simply walk you through the process of the bottom to the top. Bottom to top. That's it. That's it. Because remember what I said was in here. Let me circle it for you. Fear. Fear. I'm afraid to divorce. I'm afraid of him. I'm afraid of his threats. I'm afraid of his family. I'm afraid of what he'll do. I'm afraid, I'm afraid, I'm afraid, I'm afraid. But remember what the first layer in the yellow is? Courage. There's a courageous side to you. There's a side to you that is so courageous. And so my motto is that you'll win at divorcing a narcissist in a calm, confident, and courageous way. Calm, meaning no anxiety, and without the medication. Confident, of like, I'm doing this, and I feel really good about it because I know what's on the other side waiting for me. And so I got to get through this to that. I got to get through this to that. And courageous. Calm, confident, and courageous. Because when you're courageous, you're no longer scared. When you're courageous, you're no longer in fear. When you're courageous, you're stepping up, you're standing up for yourself. And not from a place of, oh, I'm going to F you up, and I'm going to F your life up, and oh, this. No. Love. You're coming from a place of love. When you're courageous, you're coming from a place of love. Love for who? Love for you. Love for you and your life. That's the difference. That's the difference in the energy that you be to go from here to here. Because even though divorce is ending, it's a separation. That's right, love and peace, right. Even though it's this, when you let go with love, the other person shows up differently. When you show up in fear, you are unconsciously and energetically giving the other person control over you. I'm scared. I'm not making fun of anybody, but I'm just going to show you the dynamics, okay? And this was me at 1.2, okay? So no shame, no blame. I'm just showing you the energetically what's happening. Okay, so when somebody is like, oh, I'm so scared, he threatened to take the money and and the kids and this, and I'm just so scared, I just don't know what to do. You see how I just shrunk my body, right? I'm like making myself small because this is the energy that your body responds to. Oh, I just hope, oh, I just pray, oh. What? Unconsciously and energetically, when you shrink yourself, when you are in fear of another person, you give them permission to overpower you. Energetically, you're giving them a one-way pass. Here, you can do whatever you want to me. You can royally screw me over in this divorce. Here's the ticket. I'm allowing you. But sister, when you come out of that, when you come out of fear and you're in the green, you can take that check to the bank. You can mark that off as done. That's why on Instagram, I'm done deal divorce diva. Done deal divorce diva. It's done. Done. It's done. And my clients have been winning at divorcing a narcissist since 2016. I didn't even know what was happening back then. I was just so happy for them. But back in 2016, I was like, oh, cool. Yeah, yay. She got more than what she was asking for. The first testimony that, thank you, that was my psychic coach. She came up with that. That was a download from, was 2016. No, 2017, my former client had been arrested. So check this story out. What happened was when she came to me, she's here locally, somebody in a group had recommended me to her. She and her then husband got into an argument, and she was drinking, and so she slapped him across the face or something like that. They have 3 kids together, 3 young kids. They were super young at that time. And he called the cops on her. and said, she slapped me, right? Because the narcissist, anytime the narcissist sees an opportunity to screw you over, to destroy you, they're going to do it. Not a second thought about it. So he called the cops on her. He had her arrested for assault. And she spent the night in jail. And after that, they said that she could only have her kids on supervised visitation. It was still like in the middle when things were happening when she came to me. So when she came to me, we worked together in group. I don't think she was my private client. I'm pretty sure she was in group. And that was her testimony. So remember, she had already been arrested for assault. Her kids were already taken away from her. I know. And she could only see her kids on supervised visitation. She was out of the house, the family home. She was living with her mom. All of this had already happened when she came to me. And her testimony was, I got more than what I was asking for. I got more than what I was asking for. Because she was just asking for, to be fair and to be, like, hey, she's got 3 kids. Like, it was a mistake. Things happen, right? You can't judge people being arrested or people even in jail, because I've had a lot of clients, not a lot, but I've had clients who come to me who have been arrested because the emotions got out of hand and they reacted to the emotion and ended up where the narcissist took full advantage, called the police, had them arrested, or call CPS. I've had cases like that. CPS got involved. Just, stories like that. And it still lights me up, because that's a testimony from 2017. It still lights me up to remember her story. We still follow each other on Facebook. She's in a healthy relationship. She's married. She got married last year. They bought a beautiful big house together. And he has kids and she has kids. And so now they're a blended family. And she is happy. Because I keep up with my my previous clients. I message and I say, hey, how's it going? Do you need anything? How has your life changed? And they'll share with me and I'll be like, I love it. Because I want you to outgrow me. I want you to outgrow my programs. I want you to outgrow my coaching. I want you to do that. Because what that means is that, ooh girl, you're in the green. And you've been in the green for so long. Like, you can do bigger and better things in your world, right? It gives me such joy for you to outgrow me. All right, I'm going to jump off because I broke my foot in, I love it. All right, Donna. I broke my foot in December, so every chance I get, I put it up and put it on ice. So that's what I'm about to do. And luckily, I can work from anywhere. God, I love my life. My life is so freaking amazing. So if you want to, I love you, Donna. Thank you for being here this whole entire time. Thank you for listening. I hope this was super helpful for you. Beth, you too, and everybody else who joined. Thank you so much. Remember, every Tuesday at 12 noon Eastern Standard Time, Keely will join me next time. I think we got our times mixed up. But Keely will be here. She's amazing. You'll love her. She gives a different, energy and perspective. She talks to, more of the younger generation, like, the 30s. I'm more of the older, generation, the 40s, the 50s, even the 60s. And yeah, so it's really good. It's really good dynamics between her and I. So I'm grateful for that you are here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, I'm going to go put it on ice right now and go work from the couch. Let me see. Emerald says, I'm not afraid, but we don't have anything. 23 years and marriage, divorce, ongoing, no retirement even. Okay, so Emerald, so what I'm gathering is there's nothing to split. If there's nothing to split, then that's also a sweet spot for you to be in as well, because then you can create whatever you want after you get the divorce done, right? If there's nothing to split, there's nothing to argue over, there's nothing to discuss. It's like, and that was my case. Our children were over 18. There was no properties to split. I really could have like asked for a part of the business, but didn't want it. So it was easy peasy lemon squeezy kind of divorce. I just emotionally had to work through it. That's another thing, you guys. There's two sides to divorce. There's the emotional side and there's the business side. A lot of people, in fact, the majority of the people go for the business side first, thinking that that's all that they need is like a really good attorney and that's going to cover everything. But there's a huge emotional side to it that needs to be honored and taken care of for you. Somehow God has given me that common court mediation, but I had a legal aid attorney standing beside me. Awesome. The truth is I have my own attorney at trial. Truth I have to be. Oh, truth, I have to be my own attorney at trial. Okay. All right, my loves. So I'm going to go put my foot on ice. If you want to join us tonight, let me know. For the membership, you can join us and do the death ceremony with us. If you'd like to get on a call with me, just fill out the coaching application and I will be in touch with you with some time slots. And if you just want to join every Tuesday and just receive this information, beautiful. I love you. All right. Have a great day. Bye.